What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Alex, and I'm back with some Destiny, but at the same time, it's not Destiny. This is actually a life story because this is a really special video because it's going to mark the beginning of a new series in my channel, which are going to be life stories. Because I know I'm only 16, but I am a really stupid person, and that leads me to really stupid decisions, and really stupid decisions make for really fun stories. Well, this one is not really a stupid decision, but it's something that I really keep in mind all the time. I always remember this day because it's the first time that I grabbed some boobs. Oh yes, everyone loves boobs. I know you guys don't know me, but I love boobs. Boobs are like my thing. I don't care about ass. I don't care about nothing. I just care about boobs. If you have boobs, I like you. Except if you're a guy. It would be pretty fucking weird if you were a guy and you had boobs. I like you. Oh, what the fuck? Whatever. I mean, I like boobs, you know? If you have nice boobs, hit me up. Nah, maybe. Well, so let's start with this story. This was back in the summer of 1998. Nah, it was back in the summer going to 7th grade because that's when I started getting some pussy. But that's not the point. We'll get to that later. Well, not later, but probably in a different commentary. So, we got out of school. It was the last few weeks of school, actually. Let's go back to the last 2 weeks of school. This girl transferred into my school. I was like, oh, she's pretty, you know? And at that time, I was really shy, so I didn't talk to her at all. After a week, the teacher moved us. Well, she actually allowed us to move wherever we wanted to because it was the last week of school. She was like, you guys can sit with your friends or whatever. And no one was sitting with her, except for one other girl that she's ugly, but I didn't go fuck. I was so happy. I was like, this is my chance. So I went and I sat next to her because I was really trying to make some move on this girl because she was pretty. And by my standards, back then, she was really good, you know. And I know she was only a 6th grader, but she did have some nice boobs, if you ask me. I mean, I saw her a few days ago and she still had some nice boobs. Whatever. Point is, I was like, yes, this is my chance. I'm going to be able to sit next to her and stare at her titties. Well, I didn't really stare at her titties, but whatever. So we started talking and everything. I was like, oh, you know what? Do you have a cell phone? Because I really didn't use my Facebook back then. Now I would definitely ask for a Facebook before a number. And she was like, oh yeah, I do. And I popped out my BlackBerry. I used to have an ugly BlackBerry. I still remember that cell phone. It was square looking. It was really bad. And a little ball in the middle thingy. It got fucked up. I really hated that cell phone. But I mean, it was what I had back then. The BlackBerry. And I was like, oh, here, just put it in there. And that's what she said. And she typed her number in. And since that day, I was like, got home, ate something. I still remember what I ate. I ate some chicken nuggets because I was fucking happy. And when I'm happy, I like eating chicken nuggets. And in my house, luckily for me, there's always chicken nuggets. So I ate some motherfucking chicken nuggets. So I texted her. I was nervous because I really didn't know how to text girls because she was the first girl that I ever texted and that I was trying to accomplish something. I sent her a message saying, hey. I was like, one Y because you don't want to sound like a Y. And she replied, hey, with happy face or smiley face, whatever you want to call it. And from then we just started talking, and then last day of school I asked her out. I know we're going to play what, 5 days? Yes, in 5 days I asked her out because I guess that's how I used to be. I mean, I wouldn't do it that way nowadays, but that's how I used to be, you know. I just asked her, I was like, yeah, you want to be my girlfriend? She was like, oh yes, I would. And she hugged me. I remember I left, I went home, and I was happy because she was my first girlfriend that I ever had. Not so like that because I had girlfriends before, but I really don't count them because I was really small. And I don't think when you're my age or the age that I was dating, you really know what a girlfriend is. Point is, she was my first official girlfriend that I like to count as my starting of whole era. But we'll talk about that later. So next week, not next week, but next week in my story. And after a week of not seeing her, I was like, yeah, I'm finally gonna get to see her. Because we planned everything out, we're gonna hang out. It was a Monday, so remember, because it was the beginning of the week and I had to ask my mom Sunday. But anyways, I went out that day and for the first time we kissed. And that was a really awkward kiss now that I remember. Because I didn't know what I was doing, she didn't know what she was doing. So yeah, ended up being a mess. And we'll talk about this first kiss later. Because that's another story. But I just really wanted to tell this Boobs story. Well, let me get back to my story. Then, after like 2 weeks of dating or something like that, she invited me over to her house. Yes, that was all. I really thought I was gonna get it in as this. In 7th grader, well, almost 7th grader, I was like, yes, I'm gonna get it in. I was fucking happy. But it didn't happen. We were just sitting in her front porch the entire time, so we just kissing, talking, a lot of making out that day. So remember. Then next day though, she was like, "You wanna come inside?" It's like, whoa! And in that moment, in my head, I was like, "Oh yes, I wanna go inside. I wanna fuck you." I really thought I was gonna get it in. I'm not even playing. So we went up to her room and we just chilling on her bed, making out because that's what we really enjoy making out. Probably one of the few girlfriends that we used to make out a lot. and I still don't know how we're still friends. Because sometimes we bring it up and it could get out. But we were making out on her bed and nothing fucking happened. I was like, oh, that sucks. I really thought something was gonna happen. Then I went back home and I was like, you know what? Tomorrow, if we do hang out, because we had this streak of hanging out every day for like a week or two. I was like, tomorrow, if something happens, I'm gonna grab her food. I'm gonna do it. And guess what? Next day we did hang out. And we did went to her room again. And we were making out again. A lot of kissing. When I suddenly decided to put my hands inside her shirt. Because that's how we do it here in my head. My person. Or my people in my head. Because sometimes I believe there's more than one. No, I'm just kidding. I put my hands inside her shirt and I was going for it. I was going and then I reached to that part that you have to unhook her bra because you don't want to just put your hands in there. That's awkward as fuck. And I knew it even though I was only 7th grader. So if you guys didn't know that, you guys gotta go for it. Okay. It's not really that hard. Look it up on YouTube if you don't know how. So I did. I didn't look it up, but I did unhook it. I was like, and I didn't hook that shit. I was like, yeah. Then I started bringing my hands to the front. Then going to the back. I was squishing it. I still remember that day so good. I remember I was playing with them, and then I decided to take off her shirt because I was a little homey 7th grader. And she did let me, but she didn't let me take off her pants. So yeah, that's when I grabbed my first pair of titties. If you guys like this story, please let me know down in the comment section if you guys have any questions or any suggestions of things that I should do. Please remember to leave it down in the comment section. And just like this video if you liked it. This is the beginning of a new series, so if you guys want to hear more about my stupid stories, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.